How was your journey / experience with IPG, and what results were achieved?
My experience with IPG has been nothing but exceptional. I first met Mox through a networked friend, and he came across so passionate about real estate, but also so knowledgeable. I was really impressed how Mox and the team use data and real data to be able to analyse the real estate market, and that's what drew me to IPG. So some of the results that I've achieved, or we've achieved, my partner and I have achieved in the last, I think, 18 to 24 months was after we were sitting on some real estate for about 5 years through COVID and struggling to get some finance to actually build the 3 townhouses. One of Mox's brokers helped us structure some of our loans, including our PPR, such that we were able to release the funds to actually construct 3 townhouses. As soon as we were able to do that, part of the plan was to sell one of those townhouses to release some equity and some cash flow so that we could then move forward with a really structured plan that Mox had given us. So since then, we've put 2 Perth properties into our super and have just recently signed the loan documents and also the land and build documents for 2 co-living spaces, one in Warragul and one in Shepparton. We've also been able to get a line of credit from one of the townhouses that was unencumbered and looking at doing some developments to pay down some of our debt this year.
The next question is, can you recall a memorable moment where IPG went above and beyond your expectations during your property search?
Probably a moment that really helped me build trust in the IPG brand and in Mox and his team was when we were looking for a property to go into our super in Perth, and from the outset the property looked pretty good. We had the agent go through, we also had an independent go through the property. It wasn't until we ordered a building and pest inspection that we found there was a substantial, quite significant damage to the house, in particular damp. So once we found that damp, the IPG team, and in consultation with myself and my partner, strongly advised that we should not go ahead with that purchase. Not only did they manage the voiding of the contract, but also refunded any money that I had used to pay for some of the building inspections and evaluations. So IPG didn't even balk, nor did they even argue. In fact, I was surprised that they were so quick in refunding any of the costs that I'd already outlaid for a property that ended up not being up to scratch and to the standard that we needed. So thank you, IPG. It was very, very impressive.
Your third question is, how do IPG personalise their services to match your specific desires and preferences?
I think one of the most powerful tools that IPG uses is their individual strategy that they create for each and every one of their clients. So from the very start, I met with Mox and we talked about what the goals were for myself and my family and what I saw into the future. So from there, we were able to build a strategy that went over 5 years, and we've been following that strategy ever since. It made me feel really comfortable. It made me feel like we had a plan in place. It also made me feel like we had data to back up some of our planning going forward. I felt safe and secure in the hands of IPG in that, because they're so data-driven and so much experience in the real estate and property market with such integrity, that we could quite easily follow the strategy and the plan that was set. So it was very, very good. Unlike many other real estate companies who are selling land and package deals and the like, IPG really personalise your strategy, your real estate strategy and your property strategy and your investment strategy going forward to suit your needs, to suit your position and your situation where you're at.
Great. Number 4 is, what valuable insights or advice did you receive from IPG through your journey to find your perfect property?
I think probably the moment that I entered the IPC network was really profound, given that we were really struggling at the time because we'd hung onto a property for 5 years and we'd already had other building plans all through council, but we weren't able to get the funds that we needed to be able to construct. IPG actually walked me through that, was able to release was able to release some funds and equity out of my PPR through the brokerage, but also sat with me and created a plan, because we had 2 2-bedders and 1 3-bedder, and really walked me through where the 2 2-bedders and the 3-bedder sat in the marketplace, such that as soon as they were built and we got the certificate of occupancy, we actually sold one straight away according to the IPG plan. And 3 or 4 months later, that allowed me to release the equity on another townhouse, which then released almost $1 million that I could actually use we could use to invest elsewhere. So it was a brilliant strategy. It actually set us up now for where we are now. And 18 to 24 months later, we've got 7 properties.
The last question, Catherine, is if you were to recommend Investor Partner Group for a friend or family member, what would you highlight as the main reasons for the recommendation?
There are a few reasons actually, and if I pick the main one, it's that IPG, it feels like it's a family. When you're in IPG, it actually feels like, whilst I'm probably one of maybe say 100, 200 clients, I actually feel like I'm the only client sometimes with Mox and his team. The way that IPG use data and real data and are passionate about property and make sure that they understand the property market backed by real data gives me as an investor a lot of comfort that we're making the right decisions. Also, I guess the approachability of the team at IPG, right from Mox to Sohail, who's the accountant at a number of the brokers, to anybody who I might be able to pick up the phone, even if I've got a few concerns or questions, they're always willing to answer those. Because they've been in the business or in property for so long, I guess that gives you a lot of faith in the systems. And Mox himself has, I think now, almost $20 million worth of property himself. So when you go into a partnership with a company and you trust them with your most valued assets, one being your PPR and the equity in all the properties that you own, it's really comforting to know that the people that you're partnering with have done it before you and have made all the mistakes. And the beauty with IPG is they're willing to share so much of that experience with their clients that it actually it catapults me up the experience curve too, and gives me great confidence and also, I guess, accelerates my learning in property.